Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be planning the week of August 18th to the 24th in my basics journey planner, and I ended up tipping in more sheets from my Sterling Ink notebook. This is the numbered ones, or like not numbered pages, so yeah, it wouldn't affect the numbers or like the book itself, so I was fine taking it out from there. Anyway, so I changed up the layout so it would be a vertical weekly. We shall see, because I feel like very constrained between this, and also I didn't really need the times in my weekly spreads, so yeah, we're trying something different. And plus I get to use 1.5-inch stickers because I spaced it out for this, and I already put down the date numbers and they are from my shop, so yeah. So I'm just going to line this up in between the 4 grid spaces, which this one is actually exactly 1.5 inches. So the inside has a little bit more space, just because it wasn't equally 1.5 inches, but I tried to like even it out, but it's fine if it's not. Okay, so that is all the date covers, and I was deciding if I want to put down the bottom washi. Maybe. That actually worked out well. Am I really committing to this? And I'm only going to do it up to Friday. Hopefully I didn't rip the pages. Okay, so that is all set. I should have erased the lines, but it's fine. So this week I don't really have that many plans, more so my brother's stuff that I have to remember, but I guess I can mark out. When I'm at home. Working from home, I mean. And I'm just experimenting because I don't know what I want for my 2026 planner. So we shall see. Yeah, I am still in denial. Like, I like using a one book for all, or like an everyday book, if that makes sense. But the weekly spreads are the ones that trip me up. Even though I don't really reference it as much, but it's nice to have. It's mainly the dailies, but I like the aspect of having a weekly, but I don't know. And I like how the monthlies are all created for me and I don't have to do anything for that. Like date them or anything. That's where I got like kind of annoyed, because I created a 2025 planner last year that was the undated dailies, but then I ended up not using it. So I just don't want that to happen. But I've been using this planner and I've been keeping up with it, but I also want everything encompassed into one, where my journal is also in one. So I probably won't even show you my daily spreads, because most likely that's where I would be journaling. So yeah, I don't know. It's just the pros and cons of everything, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I'm actually going to use some of these labels that I have laying around. So on Saturday I do have election training. So it's at 10 a.m. and I'm afraid that I will smudge the sticker, so I'm just going to use the back of the tweezer. So that is pretty much that for Saturday, because I don't have any other plans. Okay, and on to, oh, my printer just ran out of paper. My brother's PayPal is due. I just have to double check that it was taken out, and yeah. And then Discover is the following day. And then it's also his payday. And that is it. Then my dad, on back to Monday, my dad is dropping off orders, and I've kind of changed up the schedule where I'm not dropping off every other day. I'm just going to set one day. Most likely it's Monday, because I can pack all the orders that I can on the weekends and then drop them off on Monday, if that makes sense. So yeah, because most of the times I work on orders over the weekends. So if you don't see your order, like, have a what do you call it, a shipping label by Monday, that means it will be the following Monday. So yeah, most likely. Anyway, so back to work stuff. I have to work on some stuff for a capital event, which is sample notice. And then I have to check a previous capital event, which means I gotta check cash, the cash report, and then I have a meeting at 11. Even though I don't really put down meetings, I should. 11 a.m. This is internal. Because I feel like when I'm at work, I don't reference my planner, but I should. Because I feel like very flustered when I don't have, I like to cross things out, and if I don't have a place to write all my things down, I get very confused. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. Job. Okay. Then moving on to Tuesday. I also have a meeting. This is internal, meaning just the team itself, at 11 a.m. again. But this is with client. And then I have to work on, if it gets approved today, GP1 Q225 work paper, and then another work paper, and hopefully they have the evaluations and different funds. If you guys don't know what that is something that when I was working in my previous job, I had no idea what it was. Like, I felt like I was an imposter working at my previous job. And it kind of makes sense, like, why I felt like that, because honestly, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just like a robot almost. So yeah, but now it's starting to make sense what this is. And it comes full circle in a way. And I like to learn like that. So yeah, I felt like I should have learned this first before I did auditing, but yeah. But now it's making sense what I was auditing for. And now I know, oh, I just dropped things. What the auditors are looking for and making sure that everything is correct. So yeah, it's just like funny how things, like, my path went, but yeah, now it makes plenty of sense. But pretty much that is it that I know about up to Tuesday. Yeah, I have no idea what else is happening, because usually whatever happens on Monday, like, leads me to the rest of the week to fill out. But I'll be very honest, this is what last week turned out, and then barely touched this because I mainly touch the dailies. So it's just like, I don't know. But I was actually thinking of getting the A5 rings, like because Sterling Inc. just announced that they're releasing the inserts version of the Common Planner, but you can get the monthly, the weekly, and the daily separately. You don't have to, like, you're not obligated to get all three, if that makes sense. So, and plus that I like to be a little creative for my weekly spreads and not be constricted with lists. Maybe I will go with that. I have no idea. We shall see, because I like that the dailies that she's offering also have it timed. That way I don't have to write out the times, and it's there. But it only comes in A5 and personal, so yeah. But I feel like if I got the A5, it would be large enough where I can also journal in the dailies, but not show you guys, if that makes sense. And yeah, we shall see. I was thinking like that, because even though I like the bound book, but and I was mentioning how, or I didn't mention, I was thinking about, instead of getting a ring bound book, I would just get the like acrylic covers, and then get like those metal, like it's only 3 rings on one side and 3 rings on the others, instead of an actual like chunky book. It would just be that plus the covers plus the inserts, if that makes sense. So yeah, we shall see if I end up choosing that, but I'm just gonna play around with my weekly spreads for now, and because this is making me happy, even though sometimes I don't even look at this until the end of the week, and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to fill this out, but I didn't. Anyway, so these, I'm not gonna write it out because I know which days I have to go to the office, because it's always Tuesdays and Thursdays. That is the set schedule that they put, and I like that the company is actually saving money in one way, because they're only limited to 2 office like floors, but technically they have 4, but 2 are like admin floors, or like half of it's 1 floor, half of it's the pantry, like a kitchen area. So yeah, it's limited to 2 floors for clients services, and it's pretty much like there's a Monday, Wednesday team, and then there's a Tuesday, Thursday team. So they share the space. The Monday, Wednesday people and the Tuesday, Thursday people, they share the space, and yeah, it feels not too crowded, but it makes sense in a way. And you don't have to go in every single day, which is amazing. Anyway, that's the whole thing. And also, it's been almost 4 months. On Thursday, it'll be 4 months since I started this job. And it's kind of crazy that I went through a first reporting quarter. And yeah, like, I feel like I'm starting to understand what I'm doing, or kind of understanding. I should be understanding, but pretty much, I did like 9 financial packages, and it just felt very, like, proud of myself. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, pretty much my manager, who also joined the same time as me, the same day as me, she said to me that I really see your improvement, and it like looks like you're really understanding what you're doing. And I'm like, I think so too, because in my previous job, like I said, I felt like an imposter. I had no idea what I was doing, and I felt like a robot. So yeah, anyway, that is pretty much the spread. I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.